All right, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of the Blerd, Inside the Mind of the Game Blerd, Game Blerd, Nerd Blerd. Gaming edition. So basically, what that is, host steals some bullshit about it. Anyway, so we're gonna continue part two of our Game of the Year top picks. Last time we stopped from 2000 to 2010. So now we're gonna do 2011 to 2020. So, yeah, 2020, yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you watch the last episode, we basically like put up our best games of the year of the coming years. But if you guys have like games of the year that you like to like express throughout this episode, like after listening to our episodes, feel free to put them out or discuss with us. So with that, we're going to start off with 2011.
Well,
I am
before we start that, I was gonna say, or let's talk about our current plays. Can we do that?
sure. Let's do that right now.
Oh, let's introduce ourselves as well.
That yes. Yes, let's do that. Let's do all that stuff because right now I'm just slow and kind of tired. But anyway, I'm here.
I got
So, so anyway, as y'all know me, I am Bo done did it, aka the tallest African in the group, aka the darkest knight in the group, aka name says it all. And what am I doing? I'm doing it right now because I'm going to do it. So that's who I am. So of my current play, I'm still playing a bunch of Destiny 2 and Genshin, but I am also playing Scarlet Nexus. So far, almost done with my playthrough of Kazane. Uh, my impression of Kazane and Scarlet Nexus, she's kind of like very straightforward and bland. So some kind of things she says, I'm like, why you say that? I mean, come on, read the room. But it's a fun. The gameplay is fun. Because it's called Nexus, you get to pick between two characters. Both characters have different abilities. They both have the same abilities but different fighting style. So after I'm done with Kasane, I'm going to go ahead and finish start Yuto. Been watching the anime. The anime is pretty good so far. Based on the game I've been playing, this looks like there will be a season two, obviously, because there was more to what needs to be said. So that's my current plays, and that's about it. So, how about you, Double O? Any current plays you're playing?
So what's going on, everybody's DoubleOhStatus, aka your favorite MI6 agent, aka Danny Phantom. Because when the cops come through, I'm going ghost. And of course, the Dominican Panther, Bachata. And we're talking a little too loud right now, so we gotta take it down to Jazz FM levels because down on the Angola Zaire border, they like to call me Nyoka Yam Pembe. What does that mean? No. What do I like it to mean? A white mamba. But it actually means white horn snake. Well, fuck that shit. So my current plays, like Bo, I'm definitely still playing Destiny. I find that it's more accessible to someone who doesn't have the time to dedicate. Like I used to religiously play Destiny. I don't really have that kind of time anymore. So like being able, I like the fact that they lock stuff episodically every week. So no, that's not a devil in the back. That's my fiance's cat dog. But so like it being episodic as far as a week to week thing works for me because like if I can only have one solid day to play it, like let's say Sunday, I can get all the main story stuff done within like 4 to 6 hours. And for everyone else who still has the time to play it religiously, they have the rest of the weekly challenges that they can do as far as like going into Crucible, going into Gambit, doing trials, or even raiding. But like for people who want to keep up and stay within the story, you can now it's an episodic weekly thing since I think like 2 seasons ago. So that works very well for me. Still keeping up with my mobile games. I play Dokkan Battle. I play I haven't kept up with Call of Duty Mobile. Time because of a time thing. Not that I don't find it.
Do anybody play Call of Duty Mobile?
I didn't. I used to play that.
I tried that shit. I'm like, it's fun, but then again, I'm okay with just playing the game version. It's like it's fun if you like want to play Call of Duty on the go. So
Yes, that's exactly what I would do it for. Like playing Call of Duty on the go. If you have the itch, the gaming is not another one. It's like it's great for that. So yeah, I kept up with that. I recently started to ease myself back into Pokemon Go. I was very hardcore into Pokemon Go to the point where like I took Battle League serious. I still can. I still have my data on Battle League.
I played Pokemon a week before ago, and I said, "Fuck that!" I'm not walking in that heat. I'm not walking in the damn Pikachu in the heat. Southern California, no, I'm good.
It's like fuck that. And then as far as like another just regular game, I'm still playing Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac, taking my time with it, enjoying it a lot more than my first playthrough way back in the day. Honestly, like I think I just fucked up the licensing board originally. As far as anime watching, I'm finishing a Akame ga Kill. I keep fucking up the name, and I am waiting to hit. Like I said, obviously I'm reading One Piece. I ain't even gonna front. I've been fucking reading One Piece. I'm at like chapter 150 something, like the mid 50, 154 or 55. You can anyone can look at my Twitter. That number next to my name is the chapter I'm up to in One Piece. That's how I'm keeping up. I'm letting people know that. And if you ever want to have a conversation with me in One Piece, just look at that number and know that you can only have it up to that chapter.
Right? Like you.
So I'd hit me up like, yo, this is his father. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm at 155. You at like 2,000, bro. Like, relax. But yeah.
Hey, don't look at the trending tabs either.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
No, not at all. I got one thing spoiled for me, but that's only it was a passing thing, which was the whole thing of like we're introduced. Spoilers, I guess, if people are into that, it's old as hell. But that you're introduced to Luffy's father early, without really knowing it.
Do you know his name?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, Dragon, yeah.
But yeah, you're technically introduced to him early on, and you don't know it. And I got past the part where he was initially introduced, like in passing.
Yeah, it's not too far off.
Yeah. So that's it for that. And I'm lined up to, once I hit 50 more chapters in One Piece, I'm taking a break from One Piece, binging Tokyo Revengers, the anime, and then diving back into One Piece. So that's it for me as far as all that. The little Ozai on my shoulder because he's burning and I'm burning something else.
Well, I've been basically doing my time as well. I just started writing the script for my reviews. I'm trying to, I'm actually getting, it's crazy because I always get subscribers when I'm not making shit, and it's like it's crazy to me. Yeah. So I've been writing the reviews for the Ace Attorney and the Judgment game, and I know you guys been seeing me raving about Judgment for like 3 weeks now. That game's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah,
I can't wait to write a review on it. You see, I got that Ultimate Edition,
Ultimate Deluxe.
Tonight,
Yeah,
like so. You know what I'm doing after we get done recording. So like, and also got this.
Oh shit!
Oh, the Tales of Harad Deluxe Edition. Yeah.
Y'all see that white logo, right?
Yeah.
That white logo.
You got the hit you got on that tweet.
A quick little flex.
You were like, y'all broke if y'all don't have a PS5. I'm like, damn. He just threw that into the void. Like,
Hydra would be stunning on PS4. Like, get on my level. I'm balling.
It's just funny, I understand a lot of people got PS5 now, but it was way more fun to do like in the first 5 days. That shit was hilarious. But yeah, I've just been playing Judgment. That game is it's a good game. Perfect. It's a game where after you get done with the main story, you want to do side missions. It's not a game that you want to rush. It's a game that can keep your attention. Perfect length, not too overbearing, and kung fu, and it has it's like a mixed attorney of like Ace Attorney and karate. So, but it's a good game. Disgraced lawyer turned private eye. Learn about people getting their eyes gouged out by a serial killer. And yeah, that's what I've been doing my time. It's fucking cool. Can't wait to play the sequel tonight. I almost called off for tomorrow, but I got threatened if I get called off, they're gonna hurt me. So I'm gonna call off Thursday on somebody else's shift. So,
But that's the great thing about what you do and what Cam does. Like,
Yeah.
for some people, I think some people sometimes feel weird about like doing a tweet thread about watching something or playing something, and I'm like, nah. You get people like initially you'll be talking to yourself, and you'll have like your friends chime in here and there. But I'm like, yo, your thread has a big ass chance to go viral because people will be like, oh shit, this person's watching this. Like, yo, let me hit them up. Let me like, oh
Well, yeah,
shit, that's how they felt.
yeah, because like a lot of people when they see you playing something and they like get interested, and that's how like they see like what's out there, what's missing. Because like I don't want that's one of the reasons why I became a reviewer, quote unquote, finger quotes, is because like I don't want to call myself a trendsetter, but I want to show people what I'm playing from my perspective. Like I know you guys see the Sonic discourse every other week, but
Sonic colors.
but that's what you just got to do. Like sometimes I really like showing people what I'm playing. Like I can't wait to write the Ace Attorney review because I got so many post thoughts on it that I didn't have a month ago when I just beat it a month ago. So now it could be like a really polished review. But that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been playing. To be honest, I haven't even played Tales of Arise. Like I only played like an hour and some change of it because one, JRP fatigue. I'm kind of still like, yeah. But then I've been playing Judgment. Like I'm actually ready for Judgment. But then I'll probably really fully get on Tales of Arise after Judgment. But yeah, I feel like the games that always postponed are the best ones. So
True.
Yeah. True.
but I'm fighting spoilers like a mug. Like, ugh.
I get you.
Between YouTube and yeah.
YouTube just spoils everything. They don't really care.
I kill him. I thought he was my friend, but I kill him, I guess. All right, let's start this.
Okay. All right. So, game 2011. So, from the list I'm looking at so far, 2011 did have a lot of good games, but the one game that I would say that was for me was let's see, what was let's see, what game came out in 2011? Because I know I played like one game a lot. Oh yeah, it was Batman Arkham City for me. That was it. Yeah,
good game.
Yeah. I like every Batman game. They made a new Batman game with the same Origins. No Origins. Origins was all right. It was a hit or miss for me in Origins.
It was a filler.
Yeah, it was basically like the graphic style kind of like threw me off because I felt like it was just kind of downgraded in a way. But then again, the fighting style was still there. It's just that it just felt weird playing it because technically it wasn't even the same company that made it. Last I checked, it wasn't Rocksteady that made it. It was a different company.
Yeah, it was Warner Brothers. I think Montreal.
There we go. Montreal that made it. So I'm like, well, it didn't have the same feel to it. So I'm like, okay, well, a Batman game that tried its best but didn't catch my attention. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, I didn't like Origins. I like all the Arkham ones besides Origins. So Origin was like, so Arkham City was my pick for 2011. What about you, Double O? What was your pick for 2011?
2011 is a game that has been, for me, it's a game that's essentially like been memed to death because they're just like, at some point you're gonna be able to play this game like on your refrigerator. Skyrim.
Oh, Skyrim, yeah. I know that we're going to go.
Skyrim, like every single console, it's been re-fucking mastered for every console.
That shit's on Game Boy.
That shit's on Game Boy. It's on mobile. It's on text. People made a text version. And people have been joking. They're like, you're going to be able to play it, like, if your fridge can hold a tablet or it has a tablet-type interface installed, you could probably play Skyrim on your fridge. So to give a quick thing, the thing that I loved about Skyrim is giving slight autonomy to whoever you decide to come along with you. So the crazy thing for me is, and I know Skyrim has horrible glitches and really good glitches. So I got hit with the glitch where the first companion, Lida, something with an L, she's the one who, like, I made her carry a bow. I forgot if she was a bow person to begin with. But she was fucking Legolas with the bow. Like, I roll up on anyone, or there were times where, like, I'm running around, it's quiet, it's a beautiful scenery, and then I hear the battle music. This bitch sniped someone like 50 yards in front of me. I didn't even know it was there. And it's like headshot. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why? And she's just like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And so I made her my mule, as most people tend to do with, like, partner characters like that. My horrible part with making her my mule was that when we went into one of the caves, she got lost. I don't know how, but she had all my shit. So she has all my shit and she got lost. So I ended up coming out of the cave and I'm like, fuck, I'm gotta go resupply because I'm low on stuff now because I went through the whole cave and I don't know where she went. This dumb bitch is waiting for me outside of the cave with all my shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, and then as I came outside to see her outside the cave, she sniped someone that was on a bridge. And I'm just like, I ain't even gonna ask questions. Thank you for holding my shit. For me, I because of that, I felt like she was glitched. I don't know if she was supposed to act like that. I kept her as my partner as long as I could. So Skyrim for 2011 for me.
2011. It would be for me Pokemon Black and White.
Okay.
And it was the 5th gen. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it at first because I was one of those Pokemon hipsters. Like, oh, anything after this, blah blah blah. This is before I actually.
It's such a change, right?
Yeah, but the graphics was ahead of the time. It was really good, and I actually got like 2 games because Pokemon's kind of expected from me. But the other game I really played on 2011 was Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3.
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah, that was seeing the Ultimate Marvel's Capcom. It was had so many good characters. Even to this day, it still has like a thriving fighting fan base. That was like the real last good Marvel's Capcom game we really had. So yeah, it was a real gem. People was kind of pissed off back in the day because they just released the vanilla version, and like a couple months later they released the ultimate version. But good old Capcom.
All right, so that's 2011. Those are some good picks. I like the Ultimate Alliance. I didn't really like the. Okay, so for some reason I almost liked the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I almost liked it until I saw how bad the gameplay was.
Well, it actually is the best fighting game as far as like fighting wise.
Like,
it just
technically,
yeah.
And that the graphics was kind of bad at the beginning.
Yeah.
Granted, that was a little bit overblown, but that's just my opinion. Because people care about Chun-Li's face and
Like, I don't know.
other aspects.
Yeah,
I don't know why that was something they think. Like they just blow that shit up.
like
But
y'all mad that the X-Men out in there? Y'all just mad at Chun-Li? Like, it was fucking crazy.
yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. But yeah, so let's go to 2012. So for my 2012, mine was obviously and will be Mass Effect 3. I could tell you that, dude, I play that game from morning to night every day. I beat it on regular difficulty. I beat it on hardcore difficulty. I played that shit until it was dried out or stopped working. Either one, which one came first. And I played shit out the multiplayer. Now the multiplayer was pretty fun actually. Because you get to pick what kind of like fighter combat class you want to be. You can be an Ansari, a fucking Celestian, Turian, fucking human, and they had the N7 class. Oh, the N7 class, man. And it was all free. Those castles are all free, man. I could just go on and just like kill waves of enemy, like fuck up servers. I'm like, fuck you, servers. That's for cheating me on fucking. That's for cheating me out on Mass Effect 2. I like I'll be killing them. You got by Cerberus, Reapers, fucking all sort of enemy. All the Gets, man.
Oh, the Gets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gets was a tough bitch, man. That fucking big ass Get, man. Whew, man. I hate playing that guy in multiplayer, man. That guy always kills me. I don't know why. But
What
yeah,
I like,
yeah.
with the multiplayer, I agree with you with the multiplayer. I'm like, the beautiful thing about the multiplayer though was it was one of those games that was a high reward because your character, if you kept playing like your same class, you just kept getting stronger. So like things became easier. You were able to take on the tougher stuff. So they had rankings like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, I think.
Platinum was the hardest one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Platinum just brings out random enemies. No matter what enemy type you pick, it always brings that one extra enemy type in there. So it could be like a Get enemy, and then they put in the Reapers in between. Like, so you have Get and Reapers fighting at the same time, and then sometimes the Cerberus. I'm like, dude, you have all enemies fighting in one in waves, in each wave. So it was pretty cool that they did that. So it was pretty challenging too. So yeah, Mass Effect 3. I'm still kind of sad that the remastered version didn't have the multiplayer for Mass Effect 3. I was so sad. Like, they should just brought that back, man. That was one of the main reasons that I won't buy the remastered editions. But you know what? I'm still playing it. Almost done one, and then I'll go to 2.
Nice. And they removed the loading with the elevator, which was nice.
Yes, that elevator thing was so long. I'm just playing elevator music the whole time.
People took their like piss breaks. They're just like, oh, the elevator, damn. All right, let me go make something. Let me take a piss and
let me make breakfast. I'm like, oh, it's still going on. Okay, let me go get something to drink then. Yeah, that was crazy.
Hydro, what's your 2012?
Well, I would have to say it is Tekken Tag Tournament 2. You know, that was a fun ass game for the time. It had nice graphics, and you know, it was really fun to play. Like have teams of 6 and playing online. Like it was a nice good Tekken game. And also we're overdue for another one. That's the next Tekken installment I want.
Because they said that it's going to be a Tekken Tag Tournament 3. Cause that's the next one was supposed to be.
I would like that. You know, because you know Tekken like. This Tekken 7 is going based off the characters off by story, and Tekken Tag has all the characters. So like you got people like Eddie, like I forgot his name, Tiger. You got Hahachi's granddad. You know all types of people. You got the Kangaroo Fighter. You know all of them. So that's what made you got Angel in there, Devil. That's what made the game so cool because they had all these characters that was in there in the tag format. I played for 2012.
Yeah, I definitely like Tekken Tag Tournament too, and I like the intro too. How it just shows like every character, like you know the devil and the angel fighting in the intro. So it's pretty cool. Tekken always comes out with like good beats and intros to that game. Like then so far, I don't think I've missed at all in that fucking intros to Tekken.
No doubt. I'm not sure, but that invasion there, and like the whole is pretty good. Like you know, just really chill and like you can do the same too, but you know, customize characters, and that's like one of the that's why I get tech prop for the most because you can truly customize characters. Like you know, you change your skin color and like types of shit.
Yeah, I get that. Let's see. But yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah. All right, so 2013.
Wait.
Yeah, let's just wait.
No, I meant like it's my turn.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I gotta agree with you, Bo. For me, it was also Mass Effect 3. It's I will go first with the way that they set up the story, because like a lot of times people are just like, oh, you like 3, that's cool, whatever. And it's like, no, you got to understand, you got to play the game. You don't have to, but you play the first game. Everything that you do in the first and second game matter as far as like the ending you're trying to get and all that. So a lot of your choices from 1 and 2 carry over to 3, where like if you choose to load your data, and you could do it without it, you can play the games as standalone games. But it makes it really cool because it remembers your choices. So like if you decided to wipe out let's say I forgot their names, but the like spider-ish type aliens. And like if you decide to extinguish the queen, they'll, you won't have them as support for 3. Because you decide to exterminate. If you decided to let the queen be free with the whole thing of like, yo, watch your fucking back, because I'm still out here. She actually comes back and helps you and is very grateful to you for letting her live. So it's like how you need a certain level of support in 3 towards the end to get a particular ending, which is the best ending.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. And again, my thing is, don't try to do that. Don't try to get, if you're playing through it the first time, don't try to get the best ending. Play it how you want to play it, because I think that's really cool for some people that's never witnessed that their own input into the game affects their late game. So it's cool to see like, oh, you killed this person, like damn, and you're like, oh shit, they remember. So that I loved it, and everything that Bo said about the multiplayer, it was great.
Yeah. The thing that I liked about Mass Effect is that they always have a great start to the game. Because the way it started in Mass Effect 3, you're basically like the Reapers are basically like attacking the Earth Citadel or something like that. I can't remember what that was with, but basically they were attacking the Earth base, and then Commander Shepard and Captain what's his name again? The other dude, the voice actor that Keith David played, I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about. No, the captain of the.
Oh yes, the captain of the N7.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but yeah, Captain Anderson. There we go. Captain Anderson. There we go. So yeah, him and Captain Anderson, because Shepard was put in trial because of the things that he did in part 2. So when Reapers came in there, everything was on fire, shit was going on, and then as soon as you leave the fucking planet, you see this little kid who you think was going to the ship and going to safety, and next thing you know, that fucking beam of light, and then you just have that Samuel just playing like, God damn, I feel sorry for this kid now, damn. And then you just see the title, I'm like, God damn, that was a great fucking beginning. Yeah, but yeah, that's I like Mass Effect. The story is great, story-wise. I know that they're trying to make a new Mass Effect game. Hopefully, I think it's going to be a continuation of part 3, because they didn't really give too much details on it. All we just saw was a teaser trailer of Liara in a snowy place with, I believe, some companions that we already have that's still alive. I don't know what's going on. I think they're trying to find Commander Shepard, but it's kind of cool how they go from there. So I like to see maybe next year E3 from EA, like tells us more about Mass Effect, because I mean technically they're really due for a new Mass Effect game. So yeah, and hopefully Dead Space, because so far Dead Space remakes looks good. But yeah, that's all our 2012 pick. I might just fucking play the original version of Mass Effect 3 just to multiplayer, since it's an since EA plays on it, so I gotta play it. So can't miss that playing it, talking about it. But anyway, 2013.
Can I
My
take
pick.
Sorry.
You go ahead.
Am I allowed?
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Let me tell you, I was just looking at the list of 2013. That was a gem ass year. Like,
I
played God of
yeah.
War Ascension, Naruto Ultimate Storm 3, GTA 5. It was a magic ass year, but that would be some of the years. That would be some of the games I picked, and Bioshock Infinite.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of game. 2013 was like a year for gaming, like literally. But my pick for 2013 was the reboot of Tomb Raider. That was my pick. I liked it. At first, I was like, because it had a story that was like very cinematic and very like, um, entertaining and making me want to play to like see what happens. How does Lara Croft becomes the Lara Croft of of whoever she is, like how she became the legend of like Tomb Raider. So it was kind of cool how you see this girl who was trained by her dad. As you play the game, you basically like hear stories of her and how her dad and Rolf, who was also like part of the crew that the ship crash landed in some kind of like mystical island. You kind of like get glimpse of like stories or like hear voices or stories of how she trained to do all these kind of things, and it's so cool how she puts all this training to use and how you like you play the game, you see that she started like like using the skills she learned. She makes a bow. She like making a bow and like shooting, like learning like how to use like pickaxes to assassinate people from it was a pretty cool game. People compare it to like Uncharted because it was that good. Because people compare it to Uncharted, so I'm like, yeah, it's good. Uncharted, Assassin's Creed. So I actually enjoyed it. I like the other ones that came out after that. The last one, I was kind of. We're not gonna talk about the last one until we get to the year that's probably when last one comes out. But anyway, Tomb Raider was my pick of that game. I played that game and got all the achievements on that game. That's the only game that I got all the achievements for that year. So yeah, Tomb Raider was my game for 2013.
Hmm.
So what about you, um, Hydro? I don't know. I'm spacing out now.
Alright, wins. Dan turn.
Oh yeah, Danny,
No, for
Danny.
me, you
Yeah,
mentioned you mentioned it in passing. For me, it definitely Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
yeah,
They took. I feel like it's one of the few times, and only because I haven't played the games past Black Flag, where they took it and turned it on its head, put some new stuff. They kept some of the old stuff as well that people liked from the Ezio trilogy. Um, the world was big, which was great. The ships, the battling, the even like the little nuances, like being able to get like the different shanties from fighting the different ships. Like I said, visually beautiful fucking game. It was a great thing too historically because you were able to see how the pirates rose and all that. You got actual pirates that you met. Uh, but yeah, great game. One of the last full fledged Assassin's Creed titles that I played.
You know what's funny?
until
They say that was the one that turned a lot of people off for some reason. I have Black Flag, but they say that was the one that turned them off for some reason.
Mm.
how like Black Flag was like the game that it was the game of Assassin's Creed. Like after like fucking the last one with O'Connor, um, and then we got this guy, and we got like the new Assassin's Creed guy who's like a pirate who doesn't like blowing up ships in a pirate ship. I mean, come on, who doesn't?
Well, you gotta look at it. Like the Assassin's Creed fan base is so divided these days, where it's like old Assassin's Creed versus new Assassin's Creed fans, and they just constantly clash, and you know it's tough.
Yeah,
But
well,
I do own it, and I do want to play it someday. It's pretty. It looks interesting. I want to play it.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Are we on to 2014?
2014. Yes, let's see. 2014 games. I can't remember what. Let's see. I know. Okay, there we go. Like Dragon Queen. So let's see. Now I have a couple of picks for 2014. Um, Most of them ain't really that great, but because was at least two that I played the most in 2014. Um, it was Dragon Age Inquisition and Destiny. So out of those two games, I would say Destiny I played the most because Destiny was basically the new game of the people who made Halo. It was like brand new, um, you know, game, brand new like IP. Um, it was the Halo. It was the Halo of intergalactic exploration. So I like playing. I kind of like Destiny because, but then again, as I played the story, it was basically the one thing that I didn't like. What happened is that I kind of found out that they changed the whole story on Destiny in the first one because originally there was like a whole story to go, like the whole gameplay story was probably longer than what it needs to be. There was like a whole there was like so it'd be like a whole scene where like basically the stranger is like possessed or something, and it gets she like all kind of crazy shit happened based on the script that I saw of what the original Destiny like story was supposed to be. But I just kind of shutting it down because Activision kind of like want to like run shit for Bungie because apparently Activision doesn't know how to like make like good games to me. Because look at me, I mean, come on, they have like Call of Duty every year. Like every year they have a new Call of Duty game, and each one is either trashier than the last one or just the same thing. Like, oh, let's us go to Modern Warfare. Okay, cool. Let us go back and make a fucking World War I Call of Duty game that no one really cares about. Like we want to play fucking a Call of Duty game that is like probably like related to like the modern now. Not like we don't want to use like fucking like bayonet pistols or rifles or fucking snipers that obviously were made like in the 1950s. Like it's I mean, I'm tired of all these old stories, Cold War, World War One. Just stick with modern. Make an original story like Captain Price, something like Modern Warfare 1 to 3 was like the best Call of Duty games to me. Like although I mean I guess Black Ops, let's not forget Black Ops. Black Ops and Modern Warfare were the best games. Every other game after that, Black Ops 1 to 2 was great. Every other game for Black Ops was trash. Okay. But anyway, I digress. On a tangent right now. But yeah, my Destiny is the main game that I play. I play the whole shit. I play all the whole raids. I play all the whole activity. I was a Destiny fan till Destiny 2 came out. So Destiny was the shit. So it was new, fancy. I like blowing up shit with Warlock race will always be the superior race. So no one could be the Warlock race. Hunters, you guys are trash.
Hunters.
All you guys do is jump around and just like use your knives and just jump like you're popping bunnies. Titans, all you do is just muscles. You don't really like think ahead. All you do is just muscles and Titan charge every single game. Like, come on. But anyway, enough of me trash talking. I'm done. Destiny 2. Destiny is my game for that year. So
2014. Right?
13 was still in 13.
It's 13. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
you went,
14, 14,
no,
14. Yeah.
14.
14,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah. We're in 14. Yeah. We're in 14.
I keep asking myself, like, who's smoking, me or Bo?
Right. I'm like, ooh.
So my game for 2014 would be Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Is the remake of classic Gen 3, which is the best gen. And if you think otherwise, you are wrong. And we don't listen to wrong people. So, yeah, it was Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby because that's what got me back into the game. Of course, it attracted me because, like I said, it's my favorite gen, a remake of favorite gen, so that attracted me, and that's how I got competitive. Like, I was casual, but then I started getting competitive, and that I can say that really burst everything. That's how I learned to play the game good as I do now today. And yeah, that will be my game of the year for 2014. It was a really good year.
Okay. I see you play a lot of Pokemon, so I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just like,
No, 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 no.
I know Alpha
I
does.
didn't want to technical. I was gonna say Smash Bros. Too, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
I'll leave stuff for everybody else.
Yeah, and I mean, come on, if you don't know Hydro for Pokemon and Sonic. Like, what have you been paying attention to?
I know him from Sonic. Like he talks about Sonic a lot.
Oh nah, you got like shit, like midday.
tweeting.
Catch Hydro's tweeting midday. He's like, yo, someone else who's trash. He posts a screenshot of him doing the browser battle Pokemon thing. That shit is hilarious. Cause they'll literally they'll start talking trash to him when he's about to win in the next move. They're just like, yo, that's why you had two legendaries. And you're like, bro, like you suck. You had my weaknesses and you still lost. Like, and they're like, all right, you got this. Disconnected.
Bro, that's how it always is, bro. Like I don't say nothing to these motherfuckers until they say something to me first. And it kills me because they be the person that all the crits, all the burns, all the parries, all the freezes, and then when if something don't happen for them and they get outplayed, that's when they want to start bitching in the chat. Like, but you know what? I like when they bitch in the chat because you know that gives me a reason to be toxic. I'm sorry. And the reason why you see it on the daytime because I be on my break. I just do that shit on my lunch.
Let me go fuck someone's day up.
Nah, this is it's funny because it was one time he said, "Congratulations, you just killed every reason I just had to live." I'm like, I'm sorry, man. You was already down bad. If you decide you want to end your life over a random bats game, so be it. The shit, man. I have a whole thread. It's so funny.
Wow. All right, so let's see. What all done with the 2014?
Double
Double O? Yeah.
Skipping me. It's all right, bro. It's all right, bro.
Well,
we're channeling some of the same games because I got Destiny as my game for 2014 as well. The thing is, like bro said, Destiny originally was just such a different game.
The hype behind it was. I even wanted to copy that one time.
Like the thing is that the original, and I'm talking about. I think I need to definitely put down like what the difference is. Destiny, the game that we were shown and led to believe what it was supposed to be up until literal launch.
Yeah,
was a completely different game than the game we got at launch.
Completely. It was like
the story was fucked up.
Yeah, the story
was a fight
like,
between the developers.
Yeah, that was what's going on. I'm like, wait a minute, they showed us this story. I'm like, hold on, you guys just did a whole 360 on it. This is not what I was expecting.
You know, greedy ass Activision.
Yeah.
Like the messed up part is one of those things where we didn't learn this until maybe 3 years down the line when they were just like, this is what we wanted to do. This is a story we wanted to do. But Activision is into doing nothing but fucking making money, that they wanted us to chop up the story and just feed it to y'all little by little.
Little by little. They do that for every fucking game they have.
But to the point where Activision fucked up like this, they would be like, yo, this is juicy. Nah, let's not give them this yet. And they're like, what do you mean? It's the next part of the story. And they're like, nah, this is too juicy. We're going to save it for later. And they're like, so what the fuck did we do with this chunk you just ripped out of our story? And they're just like, make it work.
You're right.
That was literally Destiny 1. Make it work. But gameplay-wise, it was great. You got your friends together. I know Bo will probably feel the same way. Like he made, you just made online friends, which was nice. I got people I still run with today from Destiny 1 that we play other games as well. But like raiding was such a it isn't the toxic fucking crap that it is today.
Yeah, raiding was fun back in day
one. It was really fun. Like people got together and did multiple runs on a raid, and especially they were. I mean, like you still have groups that do it today, but back then the larger part was also very, very forgiving. Larger part of the community where like you will come in and go, hey man, I'm just trying to raid. I never raided before. They're just like, yes, got you. You're gonna have the best time. By the way, the next 3 hours of your life gone.
Right.
They let you know right now. They're just like, we're gonna get you through this, but the possibility, depending on how good or bad you are, you might be here for a couple hours. But yeah, Destiny, man. Destiny, the first year of Destiny, 2014.
Yeah, I remember staying for 6 to 7 hours until we beat fucking Crowder, man. That was like eating and drinking and sleeping
I
on
was a
fucking
sword
Crowder.
bearer for the Crota raid.
Oh.
I got messages when I wasn't even on Xbox. Bro, are you on? We need a sword bearer. And I'm just like, it's 4 o'clock, bro. Like, I'm sleeping. I don't care that you need a sword bearer. Or like they'll hit me up at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I'm like, I'm at work. That crazy thing that normal people tend to do, sleep and work. They're like, nah, we need a sword bearer. I'm like, fuck.
It always be the motherfuckers that don't even brush their teeth before they pop on the game.
Right, to then brush that teeth and fucking take a
Let the mint
shower.
hit your mouth before you turn on that game, bro.
The sword bearer.
Yeah, that was fun. They need to bring it. I heard they're going to bring back old raids to D2, so that's a good thing. They're probably going to revamp it just like they did with the Vault of Glass. So I look forward to seeing how they're going to like incorporate the old raids in Destiny 2, because originally the Bungie's plan was to like have like Destiny as one game, to like have all like the stories and everything, and then bring all like they bring along like an expansion like every year. So basically, that's how to do it. That was the original plan until Activision like tried to fuck them up. But yeah, I look forward to seeing how they're going to like incorporate the old raids and like how the upcoming expansions is going to be, especially the Wish Queen. So I want to see how we get to fight against the Hive, now have light barriers ability. So that would be fun to fight
Yeah.
Hive Guardians. So yeah.
And it's fun if they decide to, and granted, they might not get there right now, but because this whole thing with Savathun is the closing of this technically 10-year chapter that Bungie promised us to begin with,
Right.
it's a high possibility that moving forward, well, one, this might be the end of the light cycle. So meaning like the traveler can move on to another species to become the new enlightened ones. Because before, as we found out through the whirlwind, the fallen weren't necessarily guardians, but they were more powerful under the what's his face? I forget what his name is.
The Traveler.
The Traveler, yes. An idea to put a pin in for much later. But we could do a Mind of a Gamer episode or episodes where we just literally, like a special edition, cover Destiny from D1 to now.
Oh yeah, we could definitely
Make that a series.
Yeah, we can make that a series. Yeah, because it'd be fun to talk about Destiny 1 to what it is now today. Because Destiny is gone through a good change so far from back when it was with Activision to with lead Activision to when it started getting good. So yeah, we could definitely do that. So that's our 2014.
Yeah.
2015. Let's see. There was a bunch of good games in 2015. I would say my most exciting game that I did play in 2015 was Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now, I like that, reason being is because you get to make your own Saiyan character, who obviously they call our characters what did they call them? Oh yeah, time patrols. They couldn't call us Saiyans because technically you can choose different race. From what I believe, you can be a Namekian, a human, and a Saiyan. So first of all, we all know no one's gonna pick human. Okay, no one's gonna pick human for all that fact. I mean, sure, you can have your creator character like be the strongest human alive, but then again, you won't have too many abilities like Saiyans or Namekians, so not many people pick human. I like Dragon Ball Z Universe because it'll make you create your own character. You can fly. You can fly around space. You can find like your own social space. And, like use your own creator character, build him up. Unlock your powers. Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. Doing test training. It was a fun experience for me. Just to see how you can make a Dragon Ball like style game where you could create your own like um, Z fighter and take them to like fight other people and like play the story. So it was fun. That was my 2015 pick. For honorable mentions, I would say Dying Light. It for me is an honorable mention. Now that game was like it always got me jumping, especially when you fight people at night. Dying Light, you don't want to fight any zombies at night. They're like, oh, hold on, Danny. Dying Light had that's what's it called? Yeah, that like like that feeling you get when you like try and like escape, like be in the, you know, I'm gonna wait for Danny. Um, to be like to be jumpy, like put you like in a hype moment, like you got like try to survive at night. So I like finding people that let me at night because give me a challenge. So that's one thing I could Dying Light. So but my pick is obviously Dragon Ball Xenoverse for 2015, and the good he came back. All right. So what about you, Hydro? What was your 2015 pick?
It would have to be. It's actually okay. It's actually kind of like three. But hear me out. My first and main pick would have to be One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 because that game it got the manga. It got up to the manga and they replicated in game form so well that I still consider that the best Pirate Warriors. Like Pirate Warriors 4 was so disappointing for me because I feel like they went back on a lot of stuff. It wasn't good as 3. So it would be have to be Pirate Warriors 3, and my second game would have to be Batman Arkham Knight. And reason why that's second because um we all played the game, right? So can I,
Yeah,
can I,
yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
Did they try to make Arkham Knight this whole big thing? It's just Jason Todd. That's all it is. Just Jason Todd. That's all he is.
Doing Jason Todd stuff,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
just in just
like they should have said Red Hood's in there. Like, okay, well that's cool. Like they try to make it this whole big thing. And it's like but it was a good game regardless. And 2015, I forgot. I honestly forgot my. Oh yeah, J Stars Victory Versus because it was a game that I imported the year prior. It had like all the manga, all the anime characters in there, and it was a pretty good game. I liked it, but it wasn't good as the PS3 version because the PS3 version you can use your own OST. Or let's say you have music on your PS3, you can use that in the game, and you can fight as your background music.
Nice.
It's some good
nice.
shit.
So for me, it was 2015 Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. And of course in general the later Metal Gear series tends to get some hate. I don't even know if really to call it hate. It's just more so the issue with a lot of
Retconning.
no, not retconning. It's more of an issue in the sense of like gameplay versus like interactive
Storytelling.
movie.
Oh,
So the good thing is that this is coming off of Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, which was essentially honestly an interactive movie for the most part. It's like 70-30 as far as like story versus game, like gameplay. Beautiful. And as a Metal Gear Solid player and into the franchise, like I completely enjoyed it and loved it, but like it
it's
is
like a
what it
visual
is.
novel.
Huh?
It's like a visual novel.
Right.
Yeah,
And
right,
but
right.
like I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Like that shit was more as beautiful as it was. It was more of a interactive, like you said, novel than anything. Um, Phantom Pain decided to like let's take what people liked from there and let's flip this shit. Let's make it more of a 70-30 in the opposite direction. Let's make it 30% visuals with cutscenes and stuff like that and make it more gameplay based. So they brought you back to the more of the elements that you liked about the Metal Gear series. You had the being able to camouflage. Now you were able to pick like partners to take with you into the field. Honestly, the first thing that I diamond was the dog. The dog, I can't say that any of the others are better than the dog. The dog is for me number one, because this dog was dumb as shit, but never got caught doing anything. Like literally, like if this is me on this side of the screen, like I'm Snake, right? I'm trying to crawl this way, and this is two guards right here, so I'm trying to like crawl, stay low key, and go like around them. This is what the dog would do. Literally walk up to them, go this way, open the gate for me, and like bark at me, and I'm like, motherfucker, you better go attack somebody, like. So he was good. And the second one to me, which I started liking more for when you're trying to get ranks, just because when you equipped her with the tranquilizer sniper, Quiet was great as a second partner for stuff like that or infiltration missions. So she's super duper out in the field somewhere, sniping motherfuckers' heads off. And the game, the beautiful part of it for people who love, I guess, something closer to like Dark Souls, is that the way the game learned your tactics. So if you're a person that went straight up for headshots or on some sniping shit, the next round your enemies were wearing protective covering. So you'd have to ding ding like their helmet 2 or 3 times before you were able to actually headshot them and kill them. And the dinging, the like them knowing you took a pop shot at their head, would alert everyone around them. So they're like, "What's that? Oh shit, someone's shooting!" And you're like, "Fuck." So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. I'll leave it at that because I could go on forever with the story.
I heard
I'm not
it was
even
like a part 2 to like Zero Ground though.
Ground Zeroes.
Ground Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a part 2 to it, but I think the part 2 was I never actually got the part 2, which is kind of funny.
Well, Ground Zeroes was like the prologue to the game.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Yeah, because then at the end you find out the big twist, and that makes sense for Metal Gear Solid 2: Snake's Revenge for the Game Boy. I need those games to be remade modernly. Like I keep asking for this shit.
Konami
Come on,
Konami don't know nothing to do with that, man.
Yeah.
People on Twitter they just keep making it worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2015 for me, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain.
All right. Yeah. I want to go ahead. I want to try and finish Phantom Pain because I still have it on Xbox as a free game.
Yeah.
So I'll probably revisit that whenever I have the chance to. So, but yeah. So I believe everyone's went. So let's see. It is 2016 now. I didn't forget anyone this time. That's a good thing. I'm waking up. All right. So 2016. So a lot of good things that came out 2016. Let's see. Most of the games that came out in 2016 was actually pretty good. Some was very disappointing, some were very good. I would say for me, I would just go with The Division. The reason I liked it because based on what they showed on E3. Now, obviously, The Division did change its way of gameplay, like how they did in Destiny. But after seeing The Division 2, it just came to my attention like, oh, so this guy's just putting up a show at this point. Because in Division 2, basically the way that they have it is like they have like first of all, the environment was a lot different from what it is from what it showed on E3. I mean, it was still kind of the same thing, but a little different. But which didn't really like made me hate the game. I still like the game, obviously, because basically, who doesn't like a game where it's like a pandemic going on and people are going bad crazy because there's a disease going on killing people, and everyone's like, you know what? Look, before I die, I'm going to steal this, I'm going to steal this, I'm going to kill my coworker that I hate a lot, I'm going to kill my boss too while I'm at it. Like, there's a bunch of mayhem going on in the Division. So I'm like, who doesn't...
Familiar.
Yeah. So doesn't... And then all the divisions agents are sleeper agents, which is kind of cool. So they're like having these people who's waking up from like being sleeper agents to like have this cool gadget to fight enemies after enemies who are like trying to like take over New York City in the Division 2, which is kind of cool. Some enemies are like very annoying to beat, which is kind of fun. The one thing people complain about is bullet sponge. I'm like, dude, have you not played an MMORPG? Every guy you shoot a bullet sponge. Like that's the one thing people complain about in the Division. Like oh, it takes too much time to kill people. Like, come on, Destiny 2, fucking Elder Scrolls Online, fucking um any other MMORPG you can think of. All bullet sponge. That's basically what MMORPG is. People were thinking like, oh, it's gonna be like Tom Clancy, like Splinter Cell, one kill, one shot, one kill on the head. I'm like, dude, I mean, but yeah, I like Division. It was a cool game. I wish it was. I wish the first one had like a raid system, like 6 people, but all they had was like 3 people, like little mini raids. You go in, kill the main objective, kill, and it was fun. You gotta use all the gadgets, like torrent that shoots rocket, torrent that shoots bullets, flamethrowers, and then you have like little seekers that explodes on impact that shoots mini balls. It was very cool. Um, that was my game for like 2016. So I like that. The Division was very good.
Solid.
How about you, W?
2016, I gotta go with the craze that took over for 2016 because it'd be a shame for none of us to have mentioned it. Pokemon Go. The one time where the world unified for the, I want to say for the stupidest reason, but but whatever it takes to get us to unify under one common goal and all that. Where people, it's one of those funny things because like the kind of, I guess, friendliness that people put in the air because everyone and their mother was playing, everybody walking around was just like, oh, do you play? Oh, how long do you play? Do you play like consistently? And it's the kind of air of like real easy to make friends with people because you have a common thing, and then from there you can figure out if you like other things, have other things in common. Some people would chase that feeling from like high school or even college because once you get thrown out to do the regular stuff as far as like working and going to school, if you're going for like a higher degree or even certifications for stuff, it's that much harder to make friends. Granted, now that we have like online, like a digital platform where we can meet people or even game with them, for us at least, it just gamers in general, this is just like transcends like gender. It's not like a male thing, it's not a female thing as well, or those who are non-binary as well. It's across the board. It made the world seem a lot less crap. Pokemon Go as itself as a game was great, being able to actually turn on your camera and look and see people running down the block. Oh, I saw Dragonite. And then you pull it up on your phone like, oh shit, there's a Dragonite. And people were actually racing to catch things because particular things that popped up that were rare, not everyone was able to get the chance to catch it. So people would race to catch certain Pokemon. So Pokemon Go, the world will never be the same 2016.
People was driving trying to catch Pokemon. I'm like, what are you doing driving and catching Pokemon?
People doing Uber and Lyft were offering their services to drive you through the most Pokestops from one part of wherever you were to the next.
This is just crazy. Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. So many people made money that year.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys probably seen this coming, but my 2016 will be Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's my second favorite generation.
Mm-hmm.
Just really iconic because they did new stuff with it. They didn't. This is the generation where they didn't have gym leaders, quote unquote, but it was a real nice twist. And the Pokemon, a lot of the designs held up, and their legendaries look nice. And it was the first time I actually liked it. Don't tell. Well, they made like an updated version, but that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, that would be my game of choice for 2016. I know I have another honorable mention somewhere, but I don't know. 2016 was like oh yeah, Digimon Cyber Sleuth. It was my first Digimon story game, and it was pretty good. Like I would probably rate it over the Pokemon stories, some of them, because it had a mature tone to it, and I love games with mature tones. It surprised me a lot, and you know, the only thing I didn't like about it had subtitles, but it's like it was a real damn good game. Like it made you want to see all the good Digimon, especially being a Digimon fan where I haven't been keeping up with it for like a decade. I stopped dealing with Digimons after I think the third season, right? Third season? Yes, the third season. The third season.
Hmm.
And it just blows your fucking mind how far they came, and they're still going. But yeah, so that'll be my two games for 2016.
Okay. Yeah. What was it? What was it good? Oh yeah, Digimon. I won't keep track. I won't keep track of it. I think the latest one that obviously is that I haven't watched yet is a Tri Adventure one, which everyone talks about a lot.
Yeah,
Before I
no,
would
I have
try.
not seen it.
Yeah, me either. It's like the anime that came out. That's the Tri or Digi Adventures, Tri Adventures, something like that. I can't remember. I gotta look it up and see if I could watch it. But yeah,
I think
it's
it's
all of
called.
them. All of them are all growing up. I'm sure. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So 2017, as we get closer and closer to 2020, which will be like I'll see what games you guys have because there's a bunch of games that came out in 2020 as well. That
Can
was
I
very
can I
good.
kick this one off? Because I already know what I want to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and
What are we, 2017?
yep.
This is the game I put 1,000 hours. Literally changed my life. Literally changed my life. And it's Persona 5.
Persona
Hmm.
5. Oh yeah.
That was man. Like if I can go back in time, and play that game for the first time, it was like fuck. Like man, I became a new man after playing that game. And it opened a door for me because it was my first Shin Megami Tensei game, and that sprouted the web of me playing Persona 4, 3, Nocturne, and I already got pre-ordered Shin Megami Tensei 5, the collector's edition. That's how I love their Atlas games now. So you can see how that transpired a lot of love for their products, you know?
Hmm.
But yeah, Persona 5 for me.
All right. Good. 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 All right. So for me, 2017. So my 2017 was kind of iffy because at first in 2017 everyone knew I'm a Mass Effect. I'm a Mass Effect fan. So when they said they're going to like bring out Mass Effect Andromeda, I was like psyched until I saw the gameplay and everything. It just came with glitches, bugs. It was just it just felt so boring. But I'm like, dude, what's going on? Who hired these people to make a Mass Effect game? I was so disappointed. So that dropped out of my 2017 of the game of the
Not to
year.
mention Buggy.
Buggy. It was so
Hmm.
buggy. And then the facial expressions was like some dude who was just high all the time with his eyes open all the time. No facial expressions or nothing, man. That just creeped me the fuck out. Like it was just creepy. But yeah, I would say my game of 2017 was obviously Destiny 2 that came out. Cause I like Destiny. I told you what my pick for like 2015 it was Destiny. Because I played a lot of Destiny. When it came out, the raids and everything, and I'm like, you know what, Destiny 2 is coming out. Okay, cool. I am all in for a new Destiny game. So I'm like, you know what? The funny thing is that Destiny 2, what was so great about Destiny 2 is that it had a story to tell. Like after like when you first start the game up, there's a story going on, shit is going on. You're fighting a guy who wants to like take all the lights for himself, and you come to like you finally like find out what it feels like to be a lightless guardian. And for the first two missions, that shit sucked.
Sucks.
Sucked. And I was like, damn. I took this shit for granted. I am sorry. I took this shit for granted. Give me back my light. Damn. But the quest to get back your lights was pretty like good and like exciting. It actually like and I hear the voices of like of who like the original like warlocks like the first warlock and the first hunter and the first titan. It was kind of cool to like how they all got their powers. Like how one of them was the first warlock to get the Nova ability, the sun the fire
Sunbreaker.
ability, Sunbreaker, and then the arc ability. So it was pretty cool to
Mm-mm.
like
Void.
Void. Yeah,
Night
Void,
Stalker.
Void, Night. Yeah. So it's pretty cool to see how each of the guardians for like each like how warlock for each guardians on warlock each abilities how it was pretty cool to how you gain the abilities, how you hear a story of like how they achieve their abilities and everything. So and as you get your abilities back, so it was pretty cool, and I like that. So, and as the game progress on, you get new light abilities. So, Destiny 2 is making a very good impression. It's doing a lot better than it did back in the day. So that's a good thing for me. Destiny 2 was like Destiny 2 was my game. So yeah, for 2017. So play the shit out there. I'm pretty sure I have over 500 hours played in that game. I won't be surprised. So. All right, so who's next? Then double Denny. What about you? Double O.
I would definitely say for myself is Destiny 2 as well. Um, Mass Effect. See, the thing for me with Mass Effect, let me get on Mass Effect first.
Yeah,
Andromeda, like I like you, I was excited. New Mass Effect. I, I had a different opinion from most people. I thought the story for Andromeda was ass, but the gameplay was solid.
yeah. The gameplay was solid.
And I agree. Yeah, there were glitches and stuff, but I'm like the gameplay itself was solid. And it's funny because some people like I had a group of friends that played Mass Effect in general, and they would tell me they were just like they stopped playing the game after a while, and they were just like they didn't like it. And I'm like, they're like, why do you keep playing it? And I'm like, really tell me what your complaints of the game are. And they were just like, yeah, the story just doesn't match up. I don't like it. They essentially kind of like act like what a shepherd did wasn't a really big deal. And it happened literally right after Shepard did his big
yeah.
sacrifice. Well, sacrifice. Because if you saw the real ending, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm like the gameplay. Like I love actually playing the game, like shooting stuff, using the abilities. Like that part of Mass Effect it reminded me of one of the reasons I kept playing Destiny. Originally, I'm like the gameplay was solid. It's fucked up that the story was all over the place for like Destiny 1, but the gameplay was solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, Destiny 2, like we both said, you were lightless. You had to face you were essentially that was the Red War campaign. Fighting him at the end and regaining your light, whooping his ass.
Yeah, it was so satisfying.
Very satisfying. And to another highlight of just Destiny 2 in general, the hunt has lost a real one. I'll pour something out here for my man Cade. I don't know, some light. Literally, I'm gonna pour out some light. K6 went out like a dumbass actually, but it was a pretty badass revenge arc for us, for our character. So yeah, Destiny 2, 2017. What about you, Hi Joe?
Oh, I already went.
Oh,
you did?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I said
he said
was it Pokemon Sun and
Sun
it was Persona 5.
Persona
oh yeah,
5.
Persona 5. There you go. That was last.
Sorry, when I was mute, I had my fan on because I didn't know if y'all can hear my fan, so I just muted myself. It's hot over here.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Gotcha.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so 2018. We're in 2018 now, so we're getting closer. 2 more years. 2 more years.
I already know my game off the top now. So.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, who want to go first?
Is this gonna be unanimous? I feel like it probably is.
It probably
It
will.
won't.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe not. I probably no. Mine will probably be different. So you
I
know
know
me. I,
mine's different because it's an exclusive. So you know,
I mean,
oh,
mine is an
oh,
exclusive as
okay.
well.
I know. Okay, mine's an
okay,
exclusive as well. So
What
okay.
the fuck? I think
I,
do we all have the? Let's just before we get into it, let's just 1, 2, 3 and just say the game because
okay,
I feel like two of us at least got the
okay,
same game.
okay. Let's see.
1, 2, 3, God of War.
Spider
Spider-Man.
Man.
Oh shit! See, I know two people were gonna have the same game.
Okay,
God of War
okay.
for me. All right, go ahead, y'all.
Alright, Spider Man was my game because there hasn't been a good Spider Man game after I believe Web of Shadows because I think that was like one of the good Spider Man games.
I have a theory about that. I say Spider-Man have no bad games. No bad games. You gotta
Okay,
think hard.
okay, they didn't have any bad games. I would say like the game wasn't like Spider Man wasn't bad. Yeah, there wasn't any bad Spider Man games. Think that when you say that, some of them wasn't that great, especially the ones where they like try to like have the movies, but they have like a different story in the movie. Like you know how they did like Spider Man 1, 2, and 3 for Tobey Maguire. Yeah, that one. I think it well, it wasn't too bad. Two Spider-Man 2 was kind of iffy for me. 3 was good just because you could like use the symbiote power and everything, the symbiote and everything. So but yeah, there's not too many bad Spider-Man games at all. All of them are pretty good. Now the one that came out on PS4 was like game changing. You could play as Peter Parker, you could play as Spider-Man, you could like you can like go to places to like create your own suit. They show you in your own lab creating your own Spider-Man suit, and every time you make a Spider-Man suit, they show you like doing like your cool whipping web moves in the Spider-Man, like turning around, showing you how the front looks, the back look. I'm like yeah, it was pretty cool. Different abilities too, like it was just so visually pleasing. The combat gameplay was visually pleasing, and so was the boss fights. The Sinister Six fights, man. I wish I could play. Well, actually, I could play the game again because they basically like did a remastered version of
Okay.
it
Look at this. Look at
and
this. Look at this.
changed. They changed the Peter Parker's face because apparently they want them to look. I don't know the reason they wouldn't change his like face of on the. I think it was because he didn't look too much like Tom Holland or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, they said the reason because he looked more like the ideal Peter Parker, and when you're playing it, because I played it again on PS5, and after a while, you really don't mind it. It's like you get used to it.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
first I was pissed off about it, but shit, that's the last thing you're gonna focus on. Them PS5 graphics that shit nice.
yeah.
Look at that
PS5
building.
graphics are nice, especially because I could tell the PS5 graphics and everything was so better whenever I switched from a PS4 to a PS5. Man, playing Destiny 2 could not feel any much better on the
Smoother on
PS5.
60 frames.
It's
Oh
like,
my
60
god.
It's
frames.
like
Oh
I'm
my.
already in the lobby. Where y'all at?
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, man. I'm in the lobby. Come on, man.
Now you
Okay,
see
you
why
know
I
what?
shit on them? Now you see why I shit on them?
I'm like, like when Hydro shit on people on PS1, I'm like, I'll be the same way too. Shit, like
Man.
like I'm playing Genshin Impact PS5 version. I'm like, trying to play with my friends on co-op. Like, I'm already loaded in. I'm trying to beat this guy. Where you at? You know what? I'm gonna get a drink of water and I'll wait for you to come in. Okay. Oh, you're still loading up? Okay, I'm going to drink water then. Oh, you're in there already? Okay, cool. Let's be the boss then. Like, yeah,
It's
PS5, PS,
disgusting,
yeah,
bro. Like peasants. But the
man.
reason
But
why I
then,
love
yeah, go
I got
ahead.
short because it's like it's not only it was a great game, but it has like a little story behind it for me. I
Hmm.
was at this job. I told y'all about how I worked at a casino, right?
Hmm.
Shitty
Mhm.
job, paying the money this since then. The best part about it, I quit the same day Spider Man came out, and I was unemployed for like a good month playing that game, and I got me a new because I already had a job in the works, but it took like 30 days to get back. And boy, I tell you, it felt so good to say fuck that job and grab my Spider Man game. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
So, but also, it was a good game because like the Sinister Six was fucking dope. Like I did not see that coming.
Oh yeah, I did not see
Yeah.
that coming.
I'm like, oh shit, y'all gave us the meat pause, but y'all
All
like,
right.
but then I played the DLC on PS5, and the DLC was pretty good too. Like it was a game that you could just sink hours into and not not feel bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what, Dan? Okay, how do I put this? 2018 God of War. It's my honorable mention because I bought the collector's edition. Oh, sorry, was that me? Okay. Uh, it was I bought the collector's edition and I bought the PS4 collector's edition. So that do you know how it looks? I think I forgot.
I'm sure you're about to show us.
Yeah, that shit looks nice. That was my baby, but um, reason why I didn't like it because the game was subpar to me. Uh, I'm a huge God of War fanatic. I play like majority of them, if not all of them, and they weren't. It was not enough gore for me. That's why it was my honorable mention. Like God of War is gory,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like I'm not into raising kids. I want to destroy. I want to rip people in half.
I'm not into raising kids. Fuck
Yeah.
kids.
So hopefully, I got my fingers crossed for this new God of War. Like, I want to see some violence. I don't want to see some. I don't want to see story. I want to see some violence. Man.
Yeah, hopefully there's some balance. From one of the gameplays I've seen so far, there wasn't too much balance. All it just shows like kids all grown up and trying to like stop Ragnarok. So.
That's not even the best part, bro. I can't wait to beat the shit out of Freya. She pissed
Oh
me
yeah.
off. She pissed me off. The last 30 minutes of the game, she would irritate the shit out of me. I can't wait to give her the smoke.
I hope we get to take her weapon too.
Man. Then you got the Valkyries.
The Valkyries.
That was a crazy. Like when you find out she's the queen of the Valkyries. Oh, now I gotta beat all. Man.
Everybody gets the smoke.
Exactly. Y'all ain't see why I did the grease. Oh man. But yeah, I'm hyped for that.
But yeah, I mean, going into for me, like it was God of War. It was due to like I agree with that. Like a lot of people were just like, even if you were able to just and like have a toggle on something for more gore, at least when you're playing. Because people felt like even walking around, like granted, like some of the stuff that you went against was like kind of like mystical. They were just like, but it's a game. But like at the point of you walking around having to do game stuff, you want what you want from God of War.
I mean, another thing is, and I probably said, I think another people why it's to the RPG change from Hack and Slash. That was a big remake, like and I don't mind it personally. I just want more gore when finishing kills.
Yeah, like I welcome the RPG element as well because see the way you do RPG elements in an adventure game and even like Borderlands has done really well with this is I think the genuine randomization of perks and stuff for the stuff you pick up is great because like it would be one of those things where I'm like, for me, God of War, I feel so accomplished because I got shitty ass perks on my guns and my guns. Wow. Soon enough, it'll be guns. They'll get into the gun era in God of War, but your armor and your weapons have shitty perks. I could be like, yeah, I feel accomplished because I did all this shit and I had shitty armor, shitty perks. Hydro could have had the fucking time of his life. He got some crazy ass level 5, level 6, or like S tier fucking perk on a very basic armor and weapon, and he rode through the first half of the game like it ain't shit.
You know, it was really like the single weapon combat was kind of very different. Like how you can just X triangle X or the square triangle. Like no, you have to like combo these motherfuckers, especially some of the monsters that won't go down. Like, oh man,
like you have to do specific combos to like break their guard or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, shit. But like I said, it's and another thing about the story, it raised a lot more questions than answers.
It really did.
I'm like, oh my god, like,
I was happy for the twist, that one twist, but I'm like, you just gave me 50 questions.
Please, like how did he survive God of War 3? Please, just, that's all I want to
Oh
know.
yeah, I was like, hold
Yes,
on,
everyone
do you
still
need
wants to
that?
know.
Yeah, I'm like, how he survived? They didn't even answer the question in the last one, God of War 4. I'm like, hold on, man, you didn't even answer the question of God of War 3. How is Kratos still alive? How does he have a kid or what people? Who is the fucking mother of the
Exactly,
kid?
like
And the other big thing in the twist ending was that they showed you four different mythologies that they could dive into. Because on that scroll where you get the twist, there's four symbols of different mythologies.
Oh,
okay, but
interesting.
I just want to get to the point where God or Kratos is fighting Anubis.
Now, I need to get to the part where Kratos is now fighting like on some like American Gods shit. Like he's going through the pantheon of every fucking mythology.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
2022 can't come fast enough.
hmm Yeah, 2022 has all the best games. Like all the best games that showed this year, all of them are 2022.
It's gonna be
I mean,
wild.
they
All
all
the,
got pushed back. That's why.
yeah, they really got pushed back. Like, man, like I was like
Man,
Xbox exclusive. Like they had some really good exclusives on Xbox, and then PlayStation 5 and 4 has good exclusive. And like they all got pushed back to 2022. I'm like, oh well, I guess it's 2022 then. Um,
wait on that Pokemon Arceus. See, our Game Freak might or might not fuck that up, but a Pokemon fan can dream.
But yeah, it's 2019. So for this one, 2019, I'm gonna make two mentions because I played these two games the majority of the time on 2019. That was The Outer Worlds, and Devil May Cry 5. Now the best ones out of those two is Devil May Cry 5 because first of all, no one can tell me they don't like a Devil May Cry game. Like Devil May Cry, when you like chain different types of like moves and you like trying to like get like a double S or a triple S like
Hmm.
ranking, it just gets it just gets so like it's fun to beating up monsters could never be so fun in that game. Like you could use because whenever I was using Nero, his fucking arm got cut off and he's using like a mechanical arms. His mechanical arms has different types of like different types of like abilities. Like he got the arm that could shoot rocket, one that could like does electric ability. Man, there's one that he used his rocket arm and use it as a fucking surfboard and then he crashes to the enemy. I'm like, that was man, the type of things he can do or there may cry, it's just insane and fun at the same time. Like they cannot miss in the Devil May Cry game. Yeah, I like Devil May Cry games. And then the Outer Worlds, the same people that made new Fallout New Vegas, same people that made Outer Worlds. Like at first I was like, I mean, I had like, of course I was like very like looking forward to it because people who made New Vegas Fallout, it was a great game. It was like a
Same.
terrific game. It was a terrific game. So I'm like, Outer Worlds, and then like it basically had the same like elements from like Fallout, but better. So I'm like, the story is good. I like the story, and I hopefully they can tell us a actual date of when Outer Worlds 2 come out because they teased that shit so good on fucking the Xbox game showcase. I'm like, they were like, we have a story, but we don't know where it's going, but we'll show you when it comes out. I'm like, damn it, man. I'm like, I can't wait for Outer Worlds 2 to come out. So yeah, those are my top picks. How about you, Danny? Double O.
So I would definitely say those were actually my honorable mentions as well.
Uh,
Otherworld, they did such a good job with that game. The only critique that I can give it is it was so good that I felt the game was too short.
yeah. It kind of felt short. I felt it was
And,
too short to me as well.
and even like it does have replayability, which is nice, but because the story is so short and the best way I could put it is when you're towards the end of the game, your feeling is that you're just like at the middle of the game because you're not even ridiculous. So the level again, it's going into a game not knowing anything, right? I think the level cap is low for it too, right? Isn't like high level, like level 30 or something like that?
35, I think. Right? I think
Right.
it increased level.
So the thing is, like a lot of us who play any kind of RPG thing, you know that you're getting close to end game when you're naturally not going off to the side and like power leveling, but if you're naturally getting to like level 50, level 60 around there, you know you're approaching end game. So the
Right.
fact that you were like level, you're just like, oh, I'm like level 25, like I got a long way to go before this game is over. Like I gotta at least another 25, 25, 30 levels. But the thing is that no, at like somewhere between level 30 and 35, you're in end game, and that is the end. And you feel like there's more. That's why people like loved and hated. They hated the fact that it was short. Gameplay was amazing. I hope the second game is a lot longer
Yeah.
and a higher level cap.
Yeah. 30 to 35 level cap is not really that much of a level to go on. So there's not much more upgrade at that point. So
And then DMC5, for me, I was not a twist. Literally, when back in DMC4 that they introduced Nero, I automatically called it before I even learned it. I'm like, that's whose son.
I caught it too.
I'm like, And then the only surprise was the whole split thing.
Oh yeah. That's
But
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, other than that, the everything both said, we have a lot more games in common, both than I thought.
I'm like, hold on.
But I'm like, I'm definitely that person. I'm like, yo, when you really go in and I treated Devil May Cry kind of the way, I guess, half of the way that like Hydro would treat like spending that first 2 or 3 days with like a game you've been waiting for forever. Like take half of that excitement. That's me for Devil May Cry. Because I go into it, I want to S rank the mission. Nowhere and the horde, not the horde. What's it called? The collector in me likes to really see like, oh, like that looks like I can go over there. Let me see if I could go over there. Oh, maybe I don't have the weapon to like break this to go over there or to make me be able to flip, over there. But like that collector in me, it just all makes me want to S rank. Satisfying.
Talking about that shit. In an hour and 15 minutes, yeah, I'm gonna be MIA. that early access, shit.
Yeah.
Where Hydro at?
So and then so those were the honorable mentions. To go for the actual game, which is something I'm gonna keep honestly short and sweet because there ain't really much to say about it. So I played it. Not gonna sit here and act like I didn't enjoy it for what it was. Kingdom Hearts 3. The issue with Kingdom Hearts 3 is the same shit as what was it that we talked about for God of War. Kingdom Hearts 3, everyone's highly anticipated. People in like how much do they want to bullshit? Their reviews come from. I'm personally thinking
that game when it came out was messy, bro.
Right,
it was super messy.
But the thing, the biggest issue with that game is the ending, because anyone who powered through to the ending, their reviews I feel like were mostly based on the ending. So like God of War, it answered like one thing. The difference with Kingdom Hearts is it don't answer a question you didn't give two fucks about, and then still leave questions that you had since like Kingdom Hearts 1 on the table and add questions.
I can't play games like that.
So the fact that we waited so long for Kingdom Hearts 3, like the fandom is split where they're just like, oh yeah, this means more games, and the other half is just like, I want the end of this story. Like end this shit at this point. Like you're trying to do too much, and we're not gonna wait another 10 years for a Kingdom Hearts. I'm sorry. So they're essentially like, I feel like half the fandom is like teetering on the edge, and the other half is just like, it's Square Enix, feed me. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, man, that was my 2019. I enjoyed it for what it was, not the ending.
Now, I technically have a game for 2019, but it didn't come out. I didn't play it. It would be Judgment, because the original came out in PS4 on 2019. But technically, I didn't play it, and I played it on the PS5 version. So we're gonna set our honorable mention. But the 2019 one was, I'll say, Ace Attorney, um, trilogy. It was the first time my first time playing a trilogy game, classic Game Boy game that came from iOS port, and like I said, it's a visual novel, but it's not as visual novel as the current Ace Attorney games, but it was a different game for me, and it was just I sunk hours into it. Like, you gotta think it was 3 games, so it was like what, like maybe like 15 cases in total. Well, like 4 hours worth of cases, and sometimes even longer than that. So that's like what I'll probably say like 60 hours off the rip. Not just a quick guess, but it changed my perspective. Like it was a whole new thing for me. Just a good ass game, man. You really you like rich storytelling and uh, because all the cases involve murder. So, and you'd be like, how did he die from that? And the guy he fucking shot a fucking knife through the wall and Frank, so it's some other shit, and it's crazy. That's why I like Ace Attorney because you're like, how the fuck did that happen? And it's just really nice. And I would have said the other game I played for a lot of 2019 itself was Assassin's Creed Odyssey because that's how
Mm.
what really made me get into Assassin's Creed. That came in 2018. But yeah, I played. I implore people to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That is a good ass game. It's maybe long, but that shit is fire. Especially when you get to the DLC in Hades realm when you fight the Cerberus. Mm, mm, I'm telling you. But yeah, Ace Attorney. That'll be my 2019 game.
All right, yeah, because yeah, everyone like talks about Odyssey a lot, so I'll give it a try.
I keep trying to tell people like it's fucking nuts, like nuts. Like I was trying to do it because I don't want to spoil nothing, but
All right, so we are at 2020,
I
the
got
big
plenty.
2020.
I got plenty low key.
Yeah. So for my 2020 pick, um, honestly, I didn't really. Let's see. The one game that I did play on 2020, a more that came out was actually Neo 2. Um,
Neo,
I
Did you
played.
say, "Oh no"?
Neo.
Yeah. So the reason I played Neo 2 because I was like, I played a demo of it and I was like, well, I liked it. I gotta create my own character and like, do like gotta pick my weapon of choice. I gotta choose any type of weapon, and it's I gotta like act add my own abilities like fire. Um, so it was pretty fun. Um, Although the one thing I would say that I didn't like that wasn't fun was getting killed by bosses and random enemies who somehow feel so overpowered. So yeah, I put hours into that game. Now I didn't really finish it because Dark Souls type of games I don't like them. But Neo I can deal with because Neo it got like samurai type of like um gameplay. I could use a sword, an axe, a fucking like pole arm, a bow. And it was good for me at least. So I enjoyed it. Now that's the only game I did play. Now the other game that I play that I said I did play a lot. Actually, okay, hold up. I got it. Okay, obviously, what am I talking about? 2020. My game of 2020 was Genshin Impact. I don't know why I didn't say that. Yeah, it came out last year. Genshin Impact. It was like it's a beautiful game for a free-to-play game. The gameplay is great. The fucking visuals are fucking beautiful. I like the story. The story is like very captivating and entertaining at the same time. I fucking hate Paimon. Um, let's see, because she's annoying as fuck. But you get used to it. But yeah, the game is good. Some people talk shit about it, saying that I can't get into it. It's kind of like it's visually pleasing. Like there's a story behind it. It's an open world. Like I know the guys who made it, MiHoYo, they took the inspiration from Breath of the Wild. People compare it to Breath of the Wild, saying that, oh, I can't play this game because it's Breath of the Wild, like clone, which is not really a Breath of the Wild clone. It just looks like Breath of the Wild because the people from that made it took inspiration from it, and that's not a bad thing because a lot of games take inspiration. A lot of games also take inspirations from other games. Like it's
Right.
not one of yeah. So you can't really say that, oh, I don't like this game because it looks exactly like this game. They're like saying like, oh, I don't like I like playing Battlefield because it looks like Call of Duty, which is not really like Call of Duty. Sure, they shoot guns, but Battlefield you can destroy buildings and shit. So and you can drive tanks in Battlefield. So it's not really like they're not really the same thing. So, but yeah, Genshin Impact is my 2020 game of the year. I still play the game to now. I'm always keeping it always updates. Everything the updates are free. You don't have to buy any like expansions or anything. You can just play the game, stories and whatnot. The only downside that people say they hate about the game is that they don't like the fact that you have to buy characters through like a gacha system. If people don't know what a gacha system is, it's basically you can get characters that is locked behind a paywall. It's not really a paywall. You can obviously get like the currency just for playing the game,
A
but
lottery.
technically, yeah, it's basically like a lottery. So yeah, which is fine by me. You don't really need, and the thing is that you don't really need the characters to enjoy the game, which is people misunderstand the fact that you need the characters. No, you don't. You can obviously like go through the game with the characters that they give to you as you play through the game, because they give you like free characters to start out with the starter pack, and then they give you like currencies to like make like free summons to get the characters that to get characters. So it's not like they're not giving you characters off the back when you start playing. They're giving you like a bunch of characters to play off with. So, because I started out with like what 10 with like at least 12 characters off the back. Most of them were 4 stars, and then some of them are 5-star characters. But yeah, they give you 5 characters to start out with, so it's not like you can like the game is fun. I like the story. I like the way it's going with the story, and I can't wait to see where it unfolds because I believe they have like a 10-year plan for it. So a free game with free DLCs. I mean, I can't complain. It's like Breath of the Wild, but with their own twist on it. So I said weapons doesn't break. So yeah,
True.
yeah, weapons don't break. Cool. All right, what you got for 2020, Hydro?
It's actually two games, but I feel like I'm gonna snipe Dan's honor mission or main game. So I'm sorry in advance, but it's actually kind of tied. So it's two of them. One is Final Fantasy VII Remake, and two is Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, those
Nice.
are very good games, very beautiful. And they pushed them to the uh, console unnamed, but I really enjoyed it. It's I'm kind of glad they made PS5 versions of it where you can really experience how it truly intended. You know, y'all just caught on. Y'all caught on.
I was waiting for this slander. That's right there.
Well, for real though, that shit was cool. It was a cool game, man. As a person that didn't never played the original Final Fantasy, it was pretty dope. And for a person that was, I literally was interested in Ghost of Tsushima until like literally the day of the release because first of all it was one of those, I feel like it was one of those weeb hype games where I'm like, oh, we're in Japan, yes, we're in Japan, doing that weird ass shit that people do. I'm talking about, oh, this is
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Japan, blah blah blah. Like, it's not. Playing the game, you would know this is very different from Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
especially modern Assassin's Creed. So I don't know why people keep running with that dumbass narrative, but it was a good game nonetheless. Fucking weebs, man.
Yeah.
Fucking loser. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Fucking yeah. They just say what they want to say. They just
Every-
yeah.
Everything's good in Japan.
Mm. All right. What about you, Double O?
So for me, you definitely did snipe one of my honorable mentions.
I'm sorry.
Final Fantasy VII Remake looks beautiful, and like it was to the point. So like I got a cousin that I play and talk about JRPG games a lot with. Like me and him just had that in common since like when we were younger. So like when it dropped, like he was talking to me about it, like when we were all seeing trailers and stuff. But like, yo, the minute that shit dropped, yo, the next day he went ghost. And he hit me up, I think towards the end of that day, and was like, yo, please tell me that I'm not the only one that fell off the face of the earth, like for the past day or so. Please tell me that you played. And I'm like, nah. Because I didn't play it initially when it dropped, the remake. But I'm just like, it made me really happy that people were able to be reintroduced. Yeah. To be reintroduced to that game. For me, it was the first console, like home console game RPG that I played. The original Final Fantasy that I played, the original Final Fantasy, the first one for Game Boy. So it wasn't my first Final Fantasy game overall, but great game. For 2020, I had to go with a mobile game. I had to go with Among Us. So my reason, yeah,
Among Us.
hell
Everyone
yeah,
was sus in that game. Everyone was a sus in that game.
everybody sus. So the thing for me was like, I was a really, and I say was because I haven't played recently, but I was an amazing killer, and I loved getting killer. As far as like the settings were fair, it was fine because some rooms it made it almost impossible for the killer to do stuff. Like it was so strict because probably the host was scared of being killed, which is like, why are you playing this game? And then you also did have like, my thing was that like, so most really good killers won't complain about stuff. If you're a good killer, you're a good killer. So the thing is, like, as a killer, one of the things that you had to do was eventually people got smart, and even like people who weren't playing together, like literally like over mic, Discord, and stuff like that. You eventually had to make people turn against each other. So the chatting and the voice chatting is the most hilarious shit you will ever hear. There's so many different like groups that like recorded their Among Us sessions. This is hilarious.
No, I can't lie. I used to watch people play online. That should be fun as hell. Just be so passionate about lying. Like, bro, we seen you do this. Why you lying?
Right? And it'd be the most innocent appearing motherfuckers who are the like best at manipulation and shit like that.
Yeah, I can't play a game like that because you don't know I'm a killer. I'm gonna start laughing. I'm gonna start keying.
Yeah, the funniest shit like for me it would be like I was just really good at faking tasks, and this is even in games where visuals were turned off, so you can't really tell when someone's doing a task. Like I just was really good at faking tasks.
That's fun, yeah. Just stand there for like 3 seconds.
Because I'm like, no. The funny thing is like anyone who's really good at something or wants to be really good at something, I'm just like this. Like I had it in my head, like, oh, this task takes 3-4 seconds. All right, as soon as I make believe that I'm hitting it, I'm like, all right, 1, 2, 3, and a little lag. All right, let's move. Like that. That's how I would play the game. And there's that people in this particular game, they got mad when people started pairing up. Like people would naturally start pairing up. Like, hey, if enough of us pair up, if someone doesn't come back from a pairing, that's sus. But then the funny thing is like when you did stuff like the sabotage, like you were able to split people up. So, you got your kills in that way. But yeah, man, Among Us is just really funny. I would tell anyone who never cared about diving into the game itself, at the very least, for your funny bone, just go on YouTube and look up Among Us gameplay. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Fun
So,
fact,
go ahead.
Final Fantasy VII was my first game. Final Fantasy game. So
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right. So, all right. So let's do this. Since we're in 2021, let's just mention games that we'll look forward to, or just and I enjoyed so far in 2021. Let's just say the game that we'll do. For me, I don't really have any game that I enjoyed so far in 2021. So I'm just saying the only games I'm looking forward to right now, Back for Blood and Halo Infinite. Those are the only two games I'm looking to look for. Back for Blood, guys who made Left 4 Dead. I will look forward for that. And then Halo Infinite, I want to see how it ends because this should be the trilogy of the last one. And the good thing about this week is that Halo Infinite is having a preview beta, so I will get to play the pre-beta since I'm a Halo Waypoint member. So I'm gonna play the pre-built beta and probably stream it and see how it's like. So hopefully it's a lot better from what the first one came out. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to like Halo Infinite.
Okay. Mine's is quick. The game that I'm looking forward to, and because this is why I keep telling people, I'm just like I tend to end up with both consoles just because I like playing the exclusives.
Yeah.
I tell people that, bro. People,
Yeah.
it be wilding me out when grown ass people be having like console loyalty. I'm like, bro, you're missing out on so much good shit.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you whatever. You think Xbox sucks? I'm like, hey, whatever. I got both, but like, you do you.
Man.
But Horizon Zero Dawn, that the new game, beautiful.
I have the first one, but I'm trying to give it a fair chance, but I don't know. I just keep getting out of it's. I'm in the beginning, like
It gets way better. She's
Yes,
still
way
young.
better.
yeah. Right now, I like the last part. Remember, I have to go. I'm doing a tutorial where I gotta hide for some dinosaurs and shit like that.
Okay.
It gets way better.
It gets way better. After that part, it gets way better.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they tell you in the game she has to do like an exam to like be accepted into the tribe. Have you reached that part yet?
I think I'm training for that part.
Yeah. So when you get to that part, that's when it gets exciting. So I won't say much about what happens after that. So yeah. When you get to that part, that's when it gets more exciting to play Horizon. Because I know the first 20 to 30 minutes can be a little drag, but after that, it gets more exciting.
And you have more flexibility than you think you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's 20. You done with yours? Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm waiting on is gonna come to me in 56 minutes. And shit. Well, my one of my most anticipated games is Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Five.
Five.
That's the game that we never thought would see a light of day. I got collector's edition pre-ordered. I got one pre-order on Amazon, one pre-order on GameStop. Let me know which y'all want one. I got 2 pre-orders on lock just in case the other one don't go fall through. But I had to be on it. I had to make sure I get this one. Well, I swear there's another game. I want to say maybe Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm not really like. Oh, Far Cry 6. Like,
Far Cry 6.
I like the dictatorship in Far Cry games. When he shot the grandma, that shit was crazy. I'm like, yeah, that's pre-ordered.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fucked up. Like,
how you shoot your own grandmother?
I don't know, man. And I pre-ordered it back like a year and some change ago when like the Ultimate Edition was like $60 on Amazon. So that's the price I'm getting for like the Ultimate shit. So really just Shin Megami Tensei, and that's all I can remember at the top of that's really on my priority list after this game. And the fall I already got Tales of Breeze, so the next thing in the fall for me is Shin Megami Tensei. All the good shit comes out next year, I assume.
Yeah, next year is the big one up for gaming. So
allegedly, they might push some shit back.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
And we're getting GTA 5 again.
Yeah, a revamped GTA 5 of higher graphics. Yeah, I still want to play GTA 5.
I've been playing the game for like 10 years, but I can play for one more.
Yeah, more GTA 5. Yeah. Like they haven't milked the shit out of that game already. Oh man.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy.
It's crazy. Shit. They didn't give us GTA 6 already. This is very stupid.
That
But
shit gonna
yeah,
come out that shit gonna come out next gen, next gen. Shit.
it's
Yeah.
stupid, man. But yeah, so that is our game of the year. You know, uh, we have we still have more games to come on 2022. Well, the good games are coming out. Everything may push back. 2021 has been good and decent so far, but most of the games that supposed to come in 2021 was pushed back. I would say I was looking forward to playing Horizon Forbidden West, but why don't we just
Mhm.
push it back to 2022 because that's where all the good games are coming out anyway. So
Right.
yeah,
God of
just
War,
God of War, yeah,
Spider
just
Man,
yeah, Spider-Man, just hurting people's feelings one after another.
Yep.
But yeah, but yeah, um, but yeah. Anyway, that's all I have. That's all we have
Let's plug our
for.
socials this time.
Yeah, let's play our
Mm.
socials this time. Let's not end it. you know, yeah. So, Bullet on it is my social for everything. It may have changed on Twitter due to some recent um, activities, but it's still Bullet on it. So, but yeah, Bullet on it is my Twitter handle name. It's the same thing as my Twitch. I try to Twitch every now and then. I want to try and Twitch every week now, so I could put myself out there more, and probably try and I won't Twitch Sky Nexus because I feel like not many people would know what the fuck is going on. So those are kind of games that you play by yourself and just play to enjoy. Um, but yeah, I'll try and stream more games. Xbox at least, because I like to play Psychonauts 2 and try the Hades game and some other games as well on the Xbox. But yeah, that's all I got to say. And you can also follow us at Inside the Man of the Blur on Twitter as well. That's our social. That's where all of us in the 8 Mob is at. Uh, you know, follow us. Don't be afraid to ask us or chat with us. We know we're always there listening. If you don't know, we are. So we are listening to what you say. So,
You want me to go?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Joshua Omega. I do reviews. Just searched up in the YouTube bar. And there will be videos returning, maybe this week or in the next week. But videos are returning. I got a lot of stuff coming on the channel. A lot of reviews, a lot of discussion videos. And if you want to follow me on Twitter. That's where I mostly be at. Disregard the non-important stuff, but it's a good follow. And you can check out my link tree. It's Hydra link tree Hydra XD. And also I do competitive Pokemon content. So just check me out.
So yeah. So for me, you can catch me on Trino Forest, linktr.ee/00status. All my links are there as far as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you're looking to connect, the best place, as everyone else has said, we are very active Twitter users. People like to say that we actually are. You check any of our Twitters out, we'll tweet almost daily, if not like every 3-4 hours, honestly. And again, this is not throwing shade to nothing, but I want to bring truth to light. Like, we are definitely a crew that engages. Like, we engage with each other's tweets. You'll see it. We retweet each other's stuff. We reply to it. We try to branch it off to get more attention. We know what we're doing, or I want to say, I like to think we know what we're doing, as at least on Twitter. Um, so definitely, if you want to engage with us consistently, um, follow us on Twitter. The ItMob Twitter link tree is also in my link tree, so you can follow that and follow everybody else, Twitch and all that. And the people who are listening to this get exclusive first breaking news. So I was, through connections I was selected to be a panelist on a Comic-Con panel. So I will be in New York Comic Con 2021 as a panelist for a redacted panel. More news will come after the fact. Again, like, I also want to be careful in the way stuff is going to be promoted and all that. I don't want to, deal with legal.
Right.
Like, I know I can talk about the stuff that I gonna do and stuff like that, but I can't talk about the actual stuff that I'm gonna do. At least not, not
Yeah.
until after. So like that's another thing that we'll be bringing up. Like I'll come back and essentially be a guest myself on one of our own pods.
Yeah, you'll be a guest.
I'll be the guest, I guess. Talk about panels and stuff like that. Because to give a short thing, back Alpha knows this. We have gone before to a con as on the show side of things, not necessarily like just as a consumer. Like we've been exhibitors before. So it's one of those things we do want to dive into and start doing it again. I will tend to keep, because most important for me would be networking. Keep these people close. Keep the people who have already put me in the place to do something like this close as well. So that's, you guys heard it here first. I will be a panelist at New York City Comic Con 2021.
And thank you for listening, and subscribe to the channel and check out our socials. Have a good
Yep.
day.
Have a good one.
And good night.